Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is RNF, Ryan Nintendo Freak, back again with another video. So the day is finally here. Today I finally get to do my review for Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Now, I've been really wanting to do this for the past few days now, but I really want to test all the games and test the controls, look at the graphics, and just kind of study it a little bit so then I can finally get my thoughts and stuff about what I think about this game. So yeah, so anyways, you guys, the day is finally here, and so here is my review and my first thoughts about Super Mario 3D All-Stars. So now the first thing I want to talk about is the menu. Now the menu is very simple and just straight to the point. On the left hand side, that's where all your information's at. So it gives you the month, the date, and then the year when the games were released. So I honestly think that's really cool. And not just when the game was released, but it also gives you the description of the games as well. So then if you guys want to learn or kind of just read about what the games are all about, then there's the description. So I think that's pretty cool how they do all that. And then on the right hand side, that's where you get all the little snips and little clips of the games as well. And then on the very bottom, that's where the whole entire selection is. So you see the 3 games and then also the 3 soundtracks on the bottom. Which I think that's all right, but I just kind of wish that they could have just done maybe just a tad, just a bit more. Mainly just because that this is Mario's 35th anniversary. This game was specially made for Mario's 35th anniversary. So sometimes I kind of wish that maybe they could have done just a little bit more, but I don't know, that's just a little nitpick that I have. So now the second thing I want to talk about is the graphics of the games. The graphics for all 3 of these games is just excellent. Super Mario 64 looks great. A lot of people, including myself, were a little bit nervous for this one, mostly just because that this game is a little bit older than the other 2 games. But Nintendo just did such a great job improving and updating the graphics on Super Mario 64. Super Mario Sunshine also looks great as well, and Super Mario Galaxy just looks outstanding. The graphics on that game, it almost just looks like you're watching an animated Pixar film or something like that. It's just really smooth and looks really good. I mean, I'm kind of speechless with Super Mario Galaxy. And plus, both of the games, Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario Galaxy, both run 16:9 full screen. And Super Mario 64 is the only game that runs in 4:3. Now, I would love to see Super Mario 64 run in 16:9, but maybe Nintendo did try, but maybe they might have came across a couple of problems or something. So then they said, you know what, let's just keep it as a 4:3. And the game is still great. It still plays great and it still looks great, even knowing that it's only just a 4:3. So to me, that's not a big issue. Now it's time to talk about the controls. The controls in all 3 of these games are great. There is no lags or anything whatsoever. Mario runs good, he jumps good, he punches good. A lot of things are good about in all 3 of these games for the controls. But unfortunately, I would love to say that the controls are just excellent and phenomenal, but I do have just a little bit of problems and a little bit of nitpicks as well. So here they are. The first one is Super Mario 64. On the N64 controller, it was just buttons to control the camera around. But on the Nintendo Switch, it's an analog stick to actually control the camera. So it just makes the camera just feel a little wonky when you use the analog stick. But it's just a little notch down on the controls. It doesn't affect the gameplay or anything like that, so the game still runs good. It's just a little bit of the camera. Now for Super Mario Sunshine, I have not run into any problems just yet with the controls for that game. And now for Super Mario Galaxy, I would love to say that Super Mario Galaxy is just all-round perfect, but if I said that, I would be lying. Now, don't get me wrong, the controls for that game when you're playing it is phenomenal. I mean, I love how the controls feel and everything. And plus back then when the Wii came out, when Super Mario Galaxy came out for the Wii was all about motion controls. There was a lot of motion control games. So Nintendo did such a great job actually using Joy-Cons that kind of felt like you're using the nunchuck and the Wiimote, but then also using the Pro Controller with the motion controls was also phenomenal as well. I thought it would feel a little weird with the motion controls, but for me personally, I thought with the Pro Controller with the motion controls was great. And I also did love it how like you could press the Y button or the X button to do like the spin or whatever, and then also you use like the R trigger or something to actually get the little star icon on the screen to get it like all centered or something like that. It's only when you're playing the game portably. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, when you're playing it on the go, there is not really a lot of problems. I mean, the controls feel good still when you're playing it on the TV screen. Mario runs good, he jumps good. Like, a lot of buttons and a lot of basic controls work really good. But it's all about when you're controlling that star icon. Now, I don't know if there's like any other way how to like play the game when you're playing it portably or something like that, but from what I have been playing when I'm playing the game portably, I have to use my finger to move that little star icon on the screen. I have to use my finger to actually move it around. And that's a little bit of a problem that I have because your finger kind of gets in the way in the screen. You can't really see it and you're always constantly moving it. So that's where it's just kind of like, for me, it's a little bit of a letdown because I would love to take Super Mario Galaxy on the go, but unfortunately, it seems like you would always have to play it on the TV screen. Now I know that you could just like hit the kickstand and just use the Joy-Cons, but it's just kind of like, what happens if I'm in a car or on a bus, or if I'm like constantly on the move and I still want to play Super Mario Galaxy? I mean, like, you would have to hold the Switch with one hand and you would have to steer your finger around. It's just kind of like, like, that's just the one little letdown, but besides that, Super Mario Galaxy is all great. Now, the last thing. What is the one big thing that makes all three of these games so memorable? Yep, it's the soundtrack. The soundtrack for all three of these games are great. Super Mario 64 has a great soundtrack, Super Mario Sunshine also has a great soundtrack, and Super Mario Galaxy has a phenomenal soundtrack. So I honestly think that it's really cool how they make it as an option to where you can just listen to the soundtracks instead of playing the games. So if you're just sitting at your desk or you have it on your TV screen, if you want to just put your Switch on sleep mode and just listen to the soundtracks, I think that's really cool as well, that they even did that as well. But I just have one little nitpick about this. If you're always on the move, always on the go, going to places and stuff, and if you just want to listen to the soundtracks and you want to take your Switch with you, this is where it's kind of like, okay, this is where I kind of have a little bit of problems. Hang on one sec. The Nintendo Switch is a pretty big system. It doesn't really fit in your pocket as well. It's just pretty big. So it's just kind of like being able to carry this with you and just put on headphones. It would always kind of get in the way. Now, if you have a Nintendo Switch Lite, maybe that would be a little bit different because it's a little bit smaller than the regular Switch and it fits in your pocket just a little bit better. So I think maybe if you have a Nintendo Switch Lite, maybe that's where it would be better. But I don't know. Like, I don't know. That's just kind of like my little issue with when you take your Switch on the go if you just want to listen to some of the music as well. But besides that, it is pretty cool how to actually do that. So now, in conclusion, my final thoughts about Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Is it worth the money, and also is it worth checking out? By my opinion, yes it is. The game is really great. By its graphics, the graphics are great, the controls are great, a lot of things are just so great about it. I haven't really seen a lot of flaws so far. They're just little nitpicks that I have, and that's just the little bits about with the controls and just a little bit with the menu. But besides that though, the games run really good. They with the updated graphics, they still hold up to this very day, and they're still really cool and really good. And plus, with the soundtrack as well, the soundtrack is pretty cool how they actually have that as an option on the Nintendo Switch. So I think you guys should pick this up and check this out. If you guys already have all three of the games, but you guys still want to pick this up and check it out, I highly recommend that you guys should. And also, if you guys don't own any of these games, and you guys want to get these games, I think the Nintendo Switch version is probably the best way to do so, mainly just because in the long run with money-wise. Because Super Mario 64 is about $25 to $30, Super Mario Galaxy is about 15 to 20 bucks, and Super Mario Sunshine, this is where it's going to get you in price. That's like about $70 to like $80. So it's just kind of like overall, just with money wise and just down the road, this set right here, you'll be saving a little bit more money, and plus you'll get all 3 of them in this one pack. So yeah, so that's it, you guys. So comment down below what you guys think about Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.